Hey there, today I'm showing you even more ideas on what to do in your sketchbook. So my first idea is to just use things that you have lying around at home and get inspired by them. You can see this pen that I have here, and I already used that as inspiration in another video, and here I'm using it again because I think it's so cute and my mom got me that one, and it's just they bought it on their trip and it's just so fun and cute and colorful, and so I decided to use it as inspiration again. And here I am showing you the Viva color sheets, I believe they're called, and they sent me those for free, so I just wanted to try them for you and tell you what I think about them. And at first I did some swatches here on the page, which is another one of my ideas, to just do swatches, and I've shared that idea before, and it's not really a groundbreaking idea, and you probably have thought about that before, but I think that that's just such a fun idea to incorporate your swatches into your painting and into your page, and I thought I would just incorporate them into the page spread here. And those colors are so bright and colorful, and the painting is colorful as well, so I think that it's cute, and it's like the last breath of summer that I'm doing here, and it was so fun to do that. And I really like the quality of the paints. They're super vibrant, but I don't really like the sheet form that they come in, and I know that that's the entire concept, but they're just so pigmented, and I kept touching the paint on the palette, the sheets. I don't know, I just kept touching it, and here you can see me fix a mistake, and it rubbed off onto my fingers, and I really didn't like that. And also the green tones, they almost ran out by the end, and I only did this one page spread, so I don't think that they would last for a long time. And I think these are great if you want to travel and you don't want to have a big set with you that's heavy and all. So if you're on the go, these could be super fun because they're really meant to be for that, I think, because that's the only reason that I would use them, I guess, other than testing it for you. So I really like the paint quality, but I don't really like those sheets, at least not for at home. I think it's just so much more convenient to just use a palette, and they're probably meant for travel, I think. So if you want a travel set that doesn't use up a lot of space and weight, then I think that that's maybe a good idea for you. And I will try my best to link all the products that I use in this video in the description box, as well as the pinned comments, so you can check that out. And here you can see that I painted my little toucan, and I also did some very simple leaves around that. I think that that's a cool idea as well, to just paint them, keep them wet, throw some more colors on there. You can see that I used different green tones. I even added in a little bit of yellow and orange later on, so that makes it look even more interesting. And then for the background, I just did those doodles, and I love to do doodles like that because it fills the page, it makes it more interesting. It's so much fun and relaxing, and you can switch off your brain and just do that. You don't have to do super complicated doodles. Those are just super simple and so much fun. And then I decided to do some little outlines for the leaves or branches. I never know what to call these things. Maybe you can tell me in the comments down below if there is a specific term for that, because those are neither leaves nor branches. I don't know what those are called. So please let me know so I can use the right term from now, because I very often do paint those things. So here you can see me adding in more lines, and I think that that makes it pop so much more, and I had so much fun with it. I think that that page spread is super messy, but it is fun. It's kind of different in the sketchbook that I'm currently using, because my other pieces are quite organized. I don't know the proper term, but they don't look as messy, so they're more clean, I guess. Yeah, and here I'm adding in the outline as well, and I forgot to show the finished piece. What kind of a YouTuber am I? But this video took so long. So here we are on the next page, and this was actually a sketch for a digital piece that I did that you can check out on my Instagram account at Visual Mind Art. It's always linked in my description box if you want to check it out. But here you can just see that I did a line art for the sketch that I did in my bullet journal. I just didn't want it to be a sketch in there. I wanted it to look more finished and more fun, so I decided to color it, and I used the same Viva color sheets or watercolors, I don't know. I used them here as well, and that was maybe a mistake because they kind of rub off on the paper as well. So I have some smudges on there now. I don't know if other watercolors would have done the same on that paper. I don't know if it's fair to say that it's the Viva paint's fault. I really don't know. So here you can also see that, I mean, it isn't watercolor paper, so the A looks a little bit messy, and I fixed that later, and I did more of the fun doodles here, and I think that that looks cute and fills the page, and it's super simple. I couldn't have done anything more complicated on this paper because it's just not watercolor paper at all. So you can use those ideas in your bullet journals, art journals as well. Just be aware that it isn't the right kind of paper unless it's watercolor journal. And yeah, you can do simple things though. You just have to be very careful and sometimes fix your mistakes like I had to with the A. I made those doodles rainbow as well so that everything would go together nicely. And yeah, the idea here is to just do a kind of lettering. Any kind of lettering doesn't have to be perfect. Here you can see the finished page spread. This was so much fun, and I also love the digital version of this piece. So here we are swatching again. I know we already did that, but Arteza sent me this huge box of 96, I think, brush pens, watercolor brush pens, and that's just a ridiculous amount. It's just a lot, and they asked me to pick something, and for some reason I picked the biggest set. Please don't ask me why. Was I greedy? Did I need more art supplies? Probably. So yeah, now I had to swatch those for 2 hours. I could have just skipped the swatching, but who skips the swatching? It's yeah. So here we are swatching. I cut this down a lot for you so that it isn't as long as it took, obviously. So I just cut it a lot. This video is highly edited. So I swatched all of those and decided on my favorite colors, and I picked out a color palette that was fall themed. I wanted to use some orange tones, some green tones, and then I did this fall inspired page spread, and this was actually the idea of one of my patrons, and she said that she would like to see something with fall leaves just with fall ideas, I think. And yeah. So here we are, just sketching different things. Those are pictures that I found on Pexels, so they're royalty free. And I have a Pinboard on Pinterest, where I have royalty-free pictures. And if I don't forget, I will link that for you as well, because I have some collections where I just look for royalty-free pictures and then put them on pinboards so that I can use them without credit or anything. And if I don't forget, I will link that. If I forget, please someone remind me of that. So here I'm coloring in everything using the brush pens. And what can I say about the brush pens? They're a lot of fun to use, but they have those, they are like brushes, and they have those bristles, I think, and they are a little bit messy. It's hard to get a controlled line with them, is what I'm trying to say. So they're super fun for doodles and stuff, but if you want to do details with them on top of your watercolor, on top of the smudged parts that you already did, then that's hard. It's hard to control the line and to get super detailed work, but I had a lot of fun with them. So maybe try a smaller set. You don't have to get this ridiculous set with these all these colors unless you really want to, which I did. So my next idea is to make your pages black, and I actually covered a page spread that I absolutely hate here, and I usually don't do that. I just accept that art isn't always pretty, so I usually just get over the fact that not everything looks amazing all the time, but this time I've been hating this page spread for such a long time, and now I covered it up with black paper, and black paper is just so much fun. And I got these Van Gogh, I don't know how to say it, watercolors. Those are metallic, and I actually bought that for myself. So I have my own money and can buy stuff for myself as well. Yeah, and I have way too many art supplies. I probably should do a decluttering at some point and maybe donate some stuff. I don't know. But I love them all and I try to use them all, so I really don't know. And I did this little fish in a bowl. It's a magical fish, so don't worry. The fish is not trapped in there. It's a magical fish, and it can go anywhere it wants, or whatever the story about the fish is. But it's magical because it says magic on the label, so obviously it's magical. And it's also super sparkly because of the metallic paint, and it's awesome. I mean, look at this paint. It's white, and then when you put it on the black paper, it's blue. It blew my mind. It's so awesome. I love these paints. I love them so much. If you need metallic paints, I can really recommend them because I haven't tried any other metallic paints. I have no idea if they're good or not, but I love them, so buy them. They're amazing. I feel like I'm in such a weird mood today. So then I did my outline again with the white gel pen, and I love this gel pen. It's a jelly roll pen. And then I did more doodles around it. I don't know if this makes it look cooler or less cool. I don't know, but it's okay. And then I decided to add some black lines, but it's not really black because it didn't really want to be black on top of the metallic, but I think it looks actually quite cool. So I'm happy with this. It was hard to get an even coat with the metallics. That's my only issue. You can see it here, but I think I'm so happy with it. It's so cool. I can't wait to use the metallic pieces even more. Shout out to all my recent Patreon supporters: Diana, Stephanie, Devon, Deborah, Rachel, Denise, Katie, Tabea, Nadine, Candy, Megan, Philin, Solaris, I don't know, Jean, Edana, Riverthy, Shaylin, Laura, Kip, Karen, Jenna, Anthony's. Thank you so much for being supporters. If you want to support me on Patreon, check out the link in my description box. I have so many cool rewards on there, and just just join us. I really hope that you liked this video, and if you did so, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!